I'm the founder of Assist. Just wanted to walk you guys through some changes that I've added to the platform recently. So one of the big changes is steerability. So I'm going to take a look here at my chief of staff agent, which is currently running, but I'm going to kick off a new job here by the chief of staff. And this chief of staff has attached to it, I'm going to show you a different screen, it has this skill attached to it. So this skill is a kind of a summary of my trailing 3 days of emails that I have this is the agent run on a regular basis. But I'm going to show you guys just kind of how steerability can work within the context of a skill like this. So if I go back to the chat with the agent and I say something like run the email summary skill, right? Wouldn't necessarily, prompt a skill like this, but this gives you a general idea. The agent will boot up and start to execute that skill. But down here, you'll notice that the text field is no longer blocked. And what that means is you can start to queue up messages as follow-ups. So I can say, focus on current clients, talk to marketing agent. Right, so I can tell it to focus on marketing, and that's going to queue this message up. The messages that are queued will get actually injected into the message transcript and executed later on once the entire process is done. But if I want to move this up and have this input right now into the agent loop, I can click that little button there, and you'll see steering pop up. And what it'll do is it'll actually inject that message after the next tool call. So it canceled this tool call, and it put this focus on current clients and sub agents. So now it's like looking through sub agents. You're going to see it's going to call off to a sub agent here. Probably, hopefully, we'll see. And it's going to probably call marketing or something or sales about that. I can say I'm going to ask it also to make sure to include info from my granola transcripts, right? I'll add that to the queue here, and I'm going to go ahead and inject that as well into the system. And that's going to inject it after this next tool call. And so the idea is that you can constantly be injecting into this agent loop additional input that can steer the agent to the outcome that you want. So this is particularly useful for like long horizon tasks. So if you're trying to get the agent to do some analysis of some data or trying to get it to compile a specific type of report, and you're kind of struggling to get it to do kind of what it needs, is what you can do is you can watch the agent execute, watch what data is coming back, and then you can start to modify and manipulate the inputs that you have into the agent. So that is generally how it works. This is right now, it's kind of waiting steering here. I'm going to add some other messages just to show you how the queue works. Message 1, message 2, message 3, message 4. So now the queue has a few messages in it, right? We can kind of reorder these by dragging and dropping them, right? So now it'll kind of execute this one, and then it'll execute this one and execute this one, kind of so on. I'm just going to cancel and delete these messages. If I want to edit one, I can go ahead and edit it just like that, but I'm going to delete that. But that gives you an idea of just generally how it works. So I'm going to cancel the steering input on this. That's going to wait, but I'm just going to actually cancel the overall message queue. And what it'll do is it'll actually end up stopping the agent kind of as it goes. So this is a huge update to the assist loop. There's a lot of capabilities this enables. Just experiment with it and see how it works. The steerability and queue system doesn't work the same way in Slack right now. We're working on that. But if you're using Assist through UI, this is a new feature that's available to you. Any questions, feel free to reach out.